Good afternoon, and welcome to my daily broadcast. My name is Barry Selby. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine. And this is my ongoing series of talks called Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. And this is number 218, which is in the year of 2018, which is kind of like a nice synonymous thing. But I wanted to talk about today something that, in a way, leads on from the last two broadcasts. I have this habit, it seems, talking about something and then getting a deeper hit the next day and deeper hit the next day. So there's sometimes two or three talks in sequence that actually related to each other. And I was speaking yesterday that something came up in the conversation about gentlemanly conduct. And this has been 17 times or something like that. I've said to myself, I should write a book about this. And one of my coaches plugged in and said, do it. So I've started gathering some ideas for what could become maybe a short book, maybe a long book, we'll see how it goes, about gentlemanly conduct, because men don't have a clue, it seems, which is really kind of frustrating. So, so thanks for joining, and Happy New Year to all you guys out there too. Thank you for that. This topic actually, I just saw a friend of mine who's a dating coach, matchmaker. Got to be careful I label her. Post something about this on her wall, and I want to talk about this myself because this is a big topic, and it's two levels of this. One of them is, of course, with the Me Too conversation and everything that's going on as well. Okay, let me rewind. I just jumped ahead. This is speaking about no means no. And it doesn't mean anything else, and that's why I want to get to that in a moment. So let's start with the no means no part. There are many, many times that a woman has told a man no, and he hasn't listened. And frankly, that is I can say this. It frustrates me, it upsets me. I mean, the number of clients I've worked with who've had that happen to them, where they've been disrespected, overridden, or even hurt on any level by a man who did not take no for an answer, is disheartening and is disturbing. It's frustrating to me as a man myself, but also as a coach, to see these women being disrespected. So this brief talk, because it'll only be 10-15 minutes usually, will hopefully put some clear indicators out there for you to realize the difference between what you think and what you're actually getting. And that's what I want to get to. So when I say no means no and nothing else, or it doesn't mean anything else, there's a reason I'm saying that. You might have guessed because I put it in the title. In relationships, it's a different conversation, but on the dating scene, let's start with the dating scene first. Let's make that easy. I've heard this before, and I'm still learning how to own this myself, which is that when you get rejected, you didn't lose anything. It doesn't always feel that way, and I'm just being transparent because I've been on the receiving end of that rejection before, more than once. So I've definitely had to work through my own process with that. So when, in this context of conversation, it works both ways. It does. When a woman tells a man no, when men react from a place of anger and vitriol and reaction, like somehow that she's wrong and she's less than because he said that he got treated that way, it all comes from a place of ego wounding. And 9 times out of 10, why a man does that is because his ego is so fragile that he can't walk away with maturity. And he has to basically denigrate her and insult her and upset her to make himself feel better. That's really what it comes down to. Now, when a woman says no, yes, as a man, if it's a woman I'm interested in and she says no for going beyond the friendship to romance or whatever that is, it isn't always easy to hear. But the reality is, it's not meant to be. And the sooner I get over it, the sooner I can move on. That's a clue, by the way, to how to do this, because some people don't get a clue. But this is vital to understand because so many people, men and women, because it works both sides, when they get no for an answer in the idea of dating relationships, they hold on to this possible vain hope that maybe that no might change, which is ridiculous. I mean, it might, but the thing is, if you hold on to that, you're being very narrow-minded and limited in your thinking. On top of that, there is a serious assumption made that it's okay to override somebody's views, somebody's point, and that really is wrong. Wrong, period. I mean, I don't know saying about right, wrong that much, but the thing is, again, back to the first context, when a man is rejected by a woman, when she says no and he doesn't listen to that, he overrides that. First of all, it shows he doesn't respect her, which is another reason why she shouldn't be with him and he shouldn't be with her. And secondly, it shows that he doesn't tend to respect anything. Because if he won't respect one, there's a saying in the personal growth industry: how you do one thing is how you do everything. If he doesn't respect her, it's likely he doesn't respect anything. And he's basically tied to his ego so much, he doesn't respect any other men, women, children, politicians, employees, anything. And that's an issue to work on. Let me be clear about that. So I want to tie it back into the gentlemanly conduct piece for a moment, because this is what I talked about yesterday. And I do invite you to watch my previous two broadcasts in particular, because they tie together with this. This is number 218 in my daily Facebook Lives. Yes, this is 217, the one before it's 216. I may put the links below. Because I've spoken different aspects of this conversation, of putting onto the table this idea about respecting the differences, but also respecting ourselves. And this no means no piece is a big lesson for a lot of people. I went through my own lessons of this too, just to be clear. And to be honest, okay, I've got to say this. Sometimes these things come through me and I can't argue with them. Is that I said no before I even asked. I said no to myself before I even got the courage up to ask a woman out. So let me be totally, humble, transparent, bare ass naked in the truth, as it were. But I'm speaking more about the outward conversation between a man and a woman. Let me say it this way. A gentleman shows respect. That's probably one of the most fundamental parts of being a gentleman. A man who is in his place of being what I would call gentleman has respect for women, period. A gentleman respects the lady. If a woman abuses him, that's a different story. He should walk away. But the thing is, out of respect, see, this is the piece. And this is kind of like the lowest common denominator level. If a man who is being a gentleman, now again, I'm talking about heterosexual connection here, relationship level type stuff. If a woman abuses him, fighting with her and abusing her is not the answer. Walking the F away is. And a gentleman is not afraid to walk away, because that shows a sign of respect for himself as well. So respect is important for us let me try that one again. Respect is a fundamental aspect of being a gentleman. And if a woman you are courting or meeting and you say you're allowed to go out for a drink or allowed to take you out, are you single, that sort of stuff, if she tells him no, out of respect, keyword respect, he will say, thank you for telling me. I appreciate knowing that. I can walk away. Even though his heart might be going, oh, but I wish, but I wanted, I was hoping, and I really wanted that to happen. It's not outward, it's inward. And this is the thing. When a man can learn to differentiate, this is another piece of the lesson, by the way, his inner emotional turmoil with his outward expression. Okay, I got a fork in the road coming, so I've got to speak to this both parts. It's really funny to hear what happens when I talk about these things. I talked about this yesterday, about masculine and feminine, about men and women expressing emotions differently. And also I talked about this a few days ago, about why heartfelt women are attracted to emotionally unavailable men. So let me tie that in somehow to put this together. Oh boy. So, rewind this a bit. We men have an ability to keep our emotional internal dialogue internal and not external. A lot of men can't do that. It's true for women too, by the way. So when a woman says no and rejects the man, it may feel like he just stabbed in the heart. And maybe he can only semi-mask it in his face. But the idea that he can say, I love all the comments, boy. Nice to see you here. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube afterward, this is on Facebook Live first, which is why there's comments showing up on the screen. I might respond to them. So thank you for commenting. Nice to see you. Thanks for all the love and support. If you're watching the YouTube, you missed out on the comments. Let me put this back in context again. So, if a man is rejected by a woman, he might feel that his heart's been ripped open. But he's, to the best of his ability as a gentleman, again, gentlemanly conduct, being respectful, is saying, thank you for telling me. Meanwhile, he's going to turn around so he doesn't show her his face of upset and hurt and going, oh my God, that's not what I wanted. But he doesn't turn around and abuse her. This is back to the beginning. An emotionally unavailable man is different from that. An emotionally unavailable man doesn't even have access to his own emotions, let alone hiding from other people, 9 times out of 10. The piece about the anger piece, the piece of abuse, the piece of being hurtful because she said no to him and he then turns around to hurt her either verbally or mentally or physically or emotionally, any of those levels, he has no right. And he is crossing a boundary which he may never be able to recover from. And what comes back to, I say this again and again, is this a sign of lack of respect. So, ladies, if you face a man like that, your best action is to get your buns out of there as fast as you can, because you know what's going to happen. And because he has no respect for anything, including himself, you don't want to be the recipient of any of that negativity. Your choice to say no is not the reason he's acting like that. I'm going to say that one again. That one came up big. Your saying no to his advances is not the reason for his upset. People are going to go, what? Whoa, hang on a second. Because this is the thing. As I said at the beginning, the idea of rejection is that if we don't get what we asked for, we didn't lose anything because we didn't have it in the first place. That's the real truth of it. The experience is different. Understandably, the emotional expression is different too. But for so many people, before they even ask something of somebody, they're already invested thinking the person must say yes, and if not, there's something wrong with that person, not themselves. Ain't the case. If you get someone says no to you, that's all it is. No. Nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with them, nothing to be fixed, changed, or altered. Now, if you're in negotiation in business, it's a different story. But I'm talking about relationship or about in courtship and approaching that level. And so when men go into the place to ask a woman out, assuming that they're going to get something from her before she even says yes or no, is a mistaken approach by the men. And ladies, you have the right to say no at any point, not just once. That's another lesson some women have forgotten about. The ability to say no at any point in the progress of this romantic exploration. You have that right. As do the men. Let me be clear about this. It works on both sides of the conversation. We can both say yes or no. And it has to be, key word here, agreement, in accord, in respect. There's a lot of threads to the same center, which is respect. Self-respect and respect of others. Part of being a decent human being, and in the masculine role, being the gentleman. In a woman being a lady, I would say, if that's the terminology I'm going to use, which I guess I am. So recognizing and understanding that this dance of courtship includes rejection, although rejection is a harsh word. When someone says no because they didn't want to give you what you wanted and you didn't have it in the first place, rejection is a heavy word to put on it. But that's the reality, is it happens. So I would say the simple way is get over it. But the truth is, lick your wounds and move on. There's nothing else to get from this person, so do not think you have the right to blame, judge, insult, assault, or hurt that person because they said no to you. That is not anywhere near your right to do. Walk away. I think I got that clear. I think I made that really clear. Yes? All right. That was the point I wanted to make. Thank you for watching my broadcast, by the way. I think that's it. If you have any questions or thoughts, please put them right in below. If I don't get to them whilst I'm on the broadcast because of the time delays and stuff, I'll get to them afterwards. If you know anybody should watch this, because they may need to see this for their own edification and learning, please share it with them. And if you need help in this area about relationship, communication, masculine, feminine behavior, gentlemanly lady conduct, it's kind of my wheelhouse. So reach out to me over social media. This is my daily Facebook Live, number 218. Yes, there's been a bunch before this. You can watch them all on my website, which is barryselby.com. You can click on the video blog to watch them there. If you're watching them on my business page on Facebook, which is where they all live, because you'll see them all together, you can see them with the comments too. But if you're watching it on YouTube, no comments, but you can like them there as well and put comments in below. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you, Michelle. If you have any questions, comments, again, put them below. If you want some extra help, reach out to me over social media, so you can reach out to me that way. Or go to our website and click on the Let's Chat button that's on the upper left-hand corner of the website. Thank you for being here, as always. Thanks for watching, and please take care of yourself. This is a new year. Make it a good one. I just launched my new program last night, so I'm already making it a good one for my clients. And that's all about creating a vision for your new year. If you want to find out more about that, reach out to me. I'm not going to advertise it here, although I just did, I guess. Take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon. And you'll be back again tomorrow. Bye.